Welcome, gents. There's something extraordinary about a Sigma male. He's not like everyone else. He's the kind of man who doesn't just follow the crowd or beg for attention. He values loyalty, integrity, and depth in a world that often thrives on pretense and superficiality. But what happens when someone betrays him? That's when you see his true strength unfold. A Sigma male isn't someone who wastes time with emotional outbursts or revenge plots. His power lies in his ability to turn pain into wisdom and betrayal into growth. He's not built to be broken by someone else's actions. Instead, he learns, he adapts, and most importantly, he moves on, stronger, smarter, and even more untouchable than before. If you've ever wondered why Sigma males are different, why they seem to operate on an entirely different frequency, this is your chance to find out. In this video, we're diving into the unshakable mindset of a Sigma male and exploring the psychological facts behind what he does when someone hurts him. You'll gain insights that are not only fascinating, but might just inspire you to embrace a little more of that Sigma energy in your own life. Watch until the end to uncover what makes these men unstoppable, even when life throws its hardest punches. You're not just learning about a Sigma, you're learning how to think, act, and rise above like one. Don't miss it. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Number 12. He redefines the relationship in seconds. When you hurt a Sigma male, he doesn't sit around analyzing the betrayal like a soap opera plot. He's wired differently. The moment the hurt sinks in, the relationship changes instantly. It's not dramatic and it's not drawn out. To him, your actions are the only explanation he needs. Loyalty, which he valued so deeply, turns into a quiet indifference, or worse, absolute detachment. It's not that he's heartless, it's that he knows his worth. A Sigma male doesn't beg for respect or fight to hold on to something that's already broken. Instead, he recalibrates. Where you once had his trust and his unwavering presence, now there's a wall. He won't yell or argue about what went wrong because in his mind, the moment you hurt him, you made your choice and he made his. The most unsettling part, his reaction feels effortless. There's no long goodbye, no drawn-out explanation, it's just action. One day, you're in his circle, and the next, you're on the outside wondering how you got there. The answer is simple. He doesn't keep people who threaten his peace. This ability to redefine relationships in seconds isn't coldness, it's clarity. It's his way of preserving his energy for what truly matters. He's not looking for revenge or closure. He's already moved on, leaving you to figure out what you just lost. For a Sigma male, loyalty isn't a word, it's a standard. Break it, and he walks away without hesitation. Number 11. He keeps receipts, but never uses them. A Sigma male has a mind like a steel trap. He doesn't miss much, especially when it comes to betrayal. Every word, every action, every inconsistency is quietly cataloged. He sees more than he lets on. And while others might react impulsively or seek immediate justice, he plays the long game. He knows the power of information, but here's the thing. He won't use it against you. He doesn't need to. For him, holding on to those receipts isn't about plotting revenge. It's about clarity. It's his way of understanding exactly what happened and ensuring he never falls into the same trap again. The truth is, he's not interested in lowering himself to the level of pettiness or confrontation. Why waste energy proving a point to someone who's already shown their true colors? Instead, he lets life handle it. And make no mistake, life has a way of catching up with people. The Sigma male knows this better than most. By stepping back and refusing to engage, he ensures that the weight of your actions will eventually fall back on you. It's not about vindictiveness, it's about staying true to himself and preserving his peace. What makes this approach so powerful is its restraint. While others would weaponize what they know, the Sigma male lets his silence and self-respect speak louder. The receipts stay with him, not for vengeance, but as a quiet reminder that he saw everything and chose to rise above it. Number 10. His trust shuts down like a vault. A Sigma male's trust isn't something he gives out lightly. It's earned through actions, consistency, and loyalty. When someone betrays that trust, it's not just a crack, it's a complete lockdown. Think of it as a vault slamming shut, with no key, no combination, and absolutely no way back in. To him, trust isn't a casual thing. It's sacred forgiveness. Sure, he's mature enough to let go of grudges, but don't mistake that for rebuilding what's been broken. Once you cross that line, the space you occupied in his life becomes inaccessible. You might get polite conversation, maybe even a civil nod in passing, but the depth and vulnerability he once shared with you, that's gone forever. He understands the cost of reopening himself to someone who's already proven they can't be trusted. It's a price he's simply not willing to pay. What sets him apart is his ability to make this decision with calm resolve. There's no shouting, no dramatic fallout. He'll just quietly draw the line, and you'll know deep down that things will never be the same. It's not about bitterness, it's about self-respect. A Sigma male knows his energy and loyalty are too valuable to waste on someone who doesn't deserve them. And here's the harsh truth. Once his trust is gone, it stays gone. You can apologize, plead, even change, but to him the damage is already done. He moves forward, leaving that part of himself locked away, forever beyond your reach. Number 9. He levels up quietly. When a Sigma male is hurt, he doesn't waste time feeling sorry for himself or chasing apologies. That's just not his style. Instead, he turns the pain into fuel, channeling it into growth. But don't expect a public display of his transformation. He doesn't need validation from anyone. While others might vent, complain, or seek sympathy, he retreats into his own space and works quietly on leveling up. This isn't about proving anyone wrong or flaunting success to make a point. It's about him becoming stronger, sharper, and more resilient for his own sake. He'll assess where he's at in life, mentally, emotionally, even financially, and start making adjustments. That hurt you caused? It's now his motivator to rise above it and ensure he's untouchable the next time someone tries to bring him down. What's remarkable is how seamlessly he does it. One day you might think you've left a mark on him, and the next you realize he's thriving. New skills, better habits, sharper boundaries. He takes control of his own narrative without making noise about it. The people who hurt him are left watching from the sidelines, wondering how he turned the situation to his advantage. The truth is, a Sigma male sees every setback as an opportunity. Pain doesn't break him, it refines him. And by the time you notice how far he's come, it's already too late to catch up. He's moved on, stronger than ever, leaving you in his rear view. Number 8. He becomes the mirror you can't escape. When you hurt a Sigma male, don't expect shouting matches or emotional confrontations. That's not how he operates. Instead, he takes a different, far more unsettling approach. He becomes your mirror. He doesn't need to tell you where you went wrong or how you crossed the line. His calm, almost eerie detachment is enough to make you reflect on your own behavior. Here's the thing about a Sigma male. He knows the power of silence. By refusing to engage in your drama, he forces you to sit with your own actions. It's not that he's trying to make you feel bad, he just won't waste his energy explaining something you should already understand. And that's where the real impact lies. Without his emotional reaction to distract you, you're left alone with the weight of what you did. Over time, this can become unbearable. You might find yourself replaying events in your head, trying to justify or minimize what happened. But his detached demeanor doesn't give you the comfort of closure. Instead, it holds up a mirror to your intentions, your choices, and their consequences. It's not revenge, it's accountability, served cold and quiet. While you wrestle with guilt or regret, he's already moved on. He doesn't need to punish you. Your own conscience will do that for him. And the harder you try to escape it, the clearer his silent reflection becomes. That's the Sigma male's way, calm, composed, and undeniably effective. Thank you for being a valued subscriber, gents. Your ongoing support is greatly appreciated and motivates us to continue creating meaningful content. We truly value your engagement. Number 7. He turns indifference into his shield. When a Sigma male is hurt, he doesn't stoop to petty revenge or passive-aggressive tactics. That's just noise to him, wasted energy on something he's already mentally moved past. Instead, he adopts a far more powerful weapon, indifference. It's not an act or a strategy, it's a shift in mindset that leaves no room for your drama in his life. Indifference is his way of saying, without words, you no longer have power over me. He doesn't need to make you feel bad or try to teach you a lesson, By simply removing his emotional investment, he sends a message that's impossible to ignore. It's not cold-hearted, it's clarity. To him, continuing to care about someone who's caused harm is like pouring water into a broken glass. It serves no purpose. What's most unsettling is how genuine his indifference feels. It's not a ploy to get attention or make you chase him. It's his way of reclaiming control over his own emotions and energy. He won't argue, explain, or justify himself. He just withdraws, leaving you to wonder why your actions don't seem to touch him anymore. And that's where the real sting lies. There's nothing more painful than realizing someone who once cared deeply now sees you as irrelevant. For a Sigma male, indifference isn't just a shield, it's freedom. Freedom from toxicity, from manipulation, and from anything that disrupts his peace. Number 6, he builds a stronger fortress around his heart. When a Sigma male gets hurt, he doesn't spiral into self-pity or lash out in retaliation. Instead, he takes a step back and begins constructing something that ensures it won't happen again. A stronger fortress around his heart. He's not one to let pain go to waste. Each betrayal becomes a lesson, each scar a reminder, and together they shape the walls he builds to protect himself. This isn't about shutting people out entirely. He's not bitter, and he doesn't hate the world. But he's learned that not everyone deserves access to his most vulnerable spaces. Once hurt, he becomes much more discerning about who he lets in. His barriers aren't built to keep everyone out. They're designed to let only the truly worthy in. For those who cause the pain, the message is clear. You won't get a second chance. He doesn't believe in repeating mistakes, and that includes trusting someone who's already proven they don't value him. And for anyone new trying to earn his trust, it's not impossible, but the path is steep, and he'll take his time assessing your intentions before he even considers lowering the drawbridge. The most striking part of this transformation is how calm and composed he remains. There's no drama, no grand declaration of being done with people. He simply adjusts, quietly and effectively. His heart isn't closed forever. It's just guarded by walls so strong that only the most genuine can ever hope to reach it again. Number 5, he lets time and success speak for him. When a Sigma male is hurt, he doesn't waste his time stewing in the past or seeking vengeance. He takes the pain and channels it into something far more powerful, his future. Instead of trying to explain himself or engage in drama, he allows his success, his growth, and his quiet resilience to do the talking. He knows that actions, especially the ones that speak through time, are far more impactful than words. You won't hear him bragging or flaunting his achievements. He doesn't need to. His life becomes a reflection of everything you underestimated. While you might still be caught up in the aftermath of what happened, he'll be silently moving forward, achieving new milestones, refining himself, and finding new ways to excel. The real sting comes not from his words, but from the realization that you lost someone who doesn't need to beg, apologize, or hold grudges to succeed. Watching him thrive, while you struggle with the aftermath of your own choices, becomes the ultimate reminder of your mistake. He's not doing it for you, he's doing it for himself, but the impact it has on you is undeniable. For a Sigma male, success isn't about revenge or proving others wrong. It's about growth. And when he thrives, it's a quiet, humbling reminder that he's moved on, leaving behind not just the hurt, but the toxic connections that could have held him back. The realization that you'll never get another chance with him. That's the true punishment. Number 4, he sees you as a lesson, not a loss. For a Sigma male, hurt isn't something that breaks him, it's something that sharpens him. When someone betrays his trust or hurts him, he doesn't wallow or waste time on self-pity. Instead, he takes a step back and views the situation with a clear, analytical mindset. To him, every painful experience is a lesson, an opportunity to learn and grow, not a loss to mourn. The hurt you caused becomes a valuable insight into his own boundaries. He analyzes how he let someone in, how he trusted too quickly, and where his discernment could have been stronger. That betrayal becomes a blueprint for the future, ensuring that he's even more selective about who gets his loyalty moving forward. He won't make the same mistake twice. This isn't about bitterness or resentment. It's about self-improvement. A Sigma male learns from everything, especially the painful moments. The person who hurt him. They become part of a larger narrative, a story that taught him something essential about human nature, about himself, and about the importance of protecting his peace. What you might see as a loss, he sees as a stepping stone to a stronger, more refined version of himself. And the next time someone seeks his loyalty, they'll have to prove themselves worthy in ways they can't even begin to understand. For a Sigma male, hurt isn't a weakness. It's an education. Number 3. He reclaims his power through silence. When a Sigma male is hurt, he doesn't need to make a scene or have a dramatic confrontation. His response is simple, yet incredibly powerful. Silence. He doesn't waste time explaining his feelings, defending his actions, or trying to get closure. He simply steps back, removes himself from the situation, and lets his absence speak volumes. This silence isn't a passive reaction, it's an active reclaiming of his power. By choosing not to engage, he sends a clear message. Your actions don't warrant his time or energy. There's nothing more disempowering than realizing that the person you've hurt is no longer invested in the chaos or drama that surrounds the situation. He doesn't need to argue, because the silence itself cuts deeper than any words could. While you might be left scrambling for answers, he's already moved on, focusing on his own growth and peace. His silence leaves you with the uncomfortable truth that he no longer values the relationship enough to give it any more of his energy. And that's the most painful part. The realization that you're no longer worth his effort. For a Sigma male, silence is the ultimate form of control. It's his way of showing that he doesn't need anyone's validation or apology to move forward. His power doesn't come from confrontation, it comes from walking away, unbothered and resolute, with the quiet knowledge that he's in full command of his own life. Number 2. He stops caring about your opinion. When a Sigma male is hurt, one of the most noticeable shifts is how quickly he stops caring about your opinion. Before the betrayal, he might have been open to feedback or considered your perspective valuable. But once that trust is broken, everything changes. Your opinion no longer holds weight, no longer has any power over him. It's not that he's being petty or vindictive, it's simply that your words no longer resonate with him, because your actions have shown him who you truly are. For a Sigma male, trust and respect are earned, not given. When someone crosses the line, your credibility, your judgment, and even your advice instantly lose their importance. The emotional currency you once had with him is depleted, and now your input feels more like background noise than something worth listening to. He doesn't need your approval, your guidance, or your input anymore. He knows his own worth, and he's fully capable of navigating life on his own. This shift isn't personal, it's just practical. He won't waste his time or energy on someone who's already proven to be unreliable or untrustworthy. Your opinion becomes irrelevant not out of anger but out of necessity. He knows better than to keep seeking validation from someone who doesn't have his best interests at heart. The reality is, once you've hurt a Sigma male, you'll never have the same influence over him again. Your words no longer matter because he's learned to trust only those who can back up their intentions with consistent actions. Number 1. He becomes emotionally unreachable. When a Sigma male is hurt, he doesn't give you the satisfaction of an emotional reaction. There are no outbursts, no fiery confrontations, and no dramatic scenes. Instead, he retreats into himself, becoming emotionally unreachable. His silence isn't passive, it's a deliberate choice to conserve his energy and protect his peace. The more you try to get a response from him, the more you'll realize that you're met with nothing but a quiet void. This withdrawal isn't about punishing you, it's about preserving himself. He knows that reacting emotionally only gives you power over him, and that's not a mistake he's willing to make. By refusing to engage, he takes back control of the situation, ensuring that your actions don't dictate his emotional state. The more detached he becomes, the more powerless you feel, because there's no way to reach him anymore. What's even more unsettling is the calmness with which he handles this transformation. He doesn't need to explain himself or justify his actions. He simply shuts the door on the emotional connection, leaving you on the outside looking in. The anger, guilt, or confusion you feel, that's yours to deal with, because because he's already moved on emotionally. For a Sigma male, becoming emotionally unreachable is his way of healing and protecting himself. It's not about holding a grudge. It's about ensuring that his energy is reserved for people and situations that truly matter. And once he's gone, there's no coming back. In wrapping up, a Sigma male isn't someone you hurt and expect things to go back to how they were. He's loyal to a fault, but his loyalty isn't blind, it's earned through trust and mutual respect. Once that trust is broken, he doesn't waste time on revenge or emotional theatrics. Instead, he responds in the way only a true Sigma can, with quiet strength, unshakable self-respect, and a refusal to let the hurt define him. This isn't about pride or ego. It's about knowing his worth and refusing to let anyone diminish it. A Sigma male uses pain as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. He doesn't cling to what's gone or try to fix what's broken if it compromises his peace. He's the kind of person who turns every setback into a lesson, every betrayal into motivation, and every ending into a new beginning. If you've hurt a Sigma male, you'll see him thrive, not to spite you, but because that's who he is. His success, growth, and resilience are reminders that his value was never tied to anyone else's actions. He is a rare combination of strength and wisdom, someone who understands that walking away isn't weakness, it's clarity. Being a Sigma male isn't about being untouchable, it's about choosing who gets to touch your life. And once you've shown you can't handle his loyalty, he'll take it somewhere it's truly appreciated. That's not revenge, that's integrity. Thank you, gents, for tuning in, and God bless.